Hey you girls, welcome back to my channel. So in this one I thought we could discuss the importance of multi-dating or seeing several men at the same time when you are not in a committed relationship with any of them, because there is a saying in my country that says kudutu kido hamfudekinehe, and that means the person who doesn't travel doesn't know the best place to live. Okay, so you do want to keep your options open if you are a single woman. One thing about me, I am always going to encourage women to be proactive about their dating life. At the end of the day, women understand that they have to be proactive about everything else, you know, getting an education, getting a job, or starting a business, being an entrepreneur. So I don't understand why most women do not understand that this also applies to your dating life. Okay, you can't be passive at home unless you want to marry the person that brings you your Amazon packages. Okay, you have to go out there and, you know, let men know that you are open to them courting you. Now I want to be very clear here, as I am all the time, I do not recommend pursuing men. I do not recommend courting men. All I'm talking about here is letting men know that you would be open to them courting you. Now if you see that they are not doing that, then of course leave them alone. Okay, there's another benefit to multi-dating, is that you don't fall in love quickly with one person, because you're not only getting attention from one person. The problem with, you know, only sticking to the man that, you know, you're going on dates with, is that you're going to hyper focus on him. So this is how women are caught up, and oh, he didn't write me all day, where is he, why isn't he calling, why doesn't he want to go on a date with me, why doesn't he want to see me? And you know, now you're down bad, you're at home depressed, eating pizza and eating ice cream instead of being on your way to another date with another man. Okay, so do not get too caught up with one person by seeing several people simultaneously. Now I want to be very clear that, you know, seeing several men doesn't mean sleeping with several men. Okay, I'm not talking about sleeping with every single man you date. Me personally, I don't think that dating encompasses, you know, bad activities. I think it is possible to go on several dates over a long period of time. Yes, I am talking weeks, months with somebody without being physical, without being intimate. I'm not actually personally interested in being physical or intimate with the man with who I am not in a long-term relationship as of right now. It has not always been the case, but now that is how I date. So I have to be in a committed long-term relationship with you in order for me to be open to doing something like that. And I do recommend that. I do not recommend with all the sicknesses and the infections that there are out there, to sleep or be sleeping with many different people, several different men. I actually don't think that that is a great idea. It goes without saying that, of course, before you engage into any form of intercourse with any man, you should know his status. He should get tested for, you know, not only HIV, but all the other stuff that is out there, syphilis, gonorrhea, etc, yada yada yada, blase blah. Now I know that somebody's gonna be like, girl, I can't do that, I can't multi-date, I do forget. Take notes. Okay, sis, take notes. Okay, the key to multi-dating when you don't have a great memory is taking notes. So write down the things that they tell you about themselves. I'm not gonna lie, 1 or 2 times it did happen that I did call one guy by the name of the other guy, but you know, the one person wasn't mad and the other person, well, he was a bit mad, but you know, I ended up not liking him anyway, so it didn't matter. But you do want to take, you know, notes about what the person is telling you. Let's say they say that their cat need to get an operation. Write it down so that on your phone, you know, while you're on the date, you can go to the bathroom, while you're refreshing your gloss, you can just write it down so that on the next date you can ask him, you know, did everything go okay with your cat? Or let's say his parents are traveling, or they're getting out of town, you can ask him, or did they get back okay, are they okay, and stuff like that. So you do want to, especially if you're seeing more than 3 people. So sometimes I do see 4 or 5 people at the time, I'm not even gonna lie. You do want to, you know, take little notes about who they are, what they're doing, etc, so that you don't get lost and start asking them questions that are not relevant to their life and that are pertaining to somebody else's life, another guy you're dating. Another thing, if you cannot do this at all, because I understand that we're not all the same, that some women really cannot see 2 or 3 people at the same time, talk less of 4 or 5, lie. Okay, listen, men lie all the time. I don't understand why women can't do the same. What's important here is for the men you are seeing to know that you have options. Why? Because it is human nature to be competitive. We are competitive by nature as humans. You know, women are always out here beating and fighting and arguing with the other woman who's sleeping with their man, even though I would never understand why would anyone do something like that. And that is because everybody wants something that other people want as well, right? Nobody wants something that nobody wants, right? If you were to have dinner, like if you were looking for a restaurant, a place to have dinner, and you're walking down the street and you see several different spots, several different restaurants, and one of them is completely empty, chances are you are not going to get into that one. Chances are our brains are wired as humans, you know, to just want something that other people want as well. So most likely you will get into the restaurant that is a little bit more crowded. Now, perhaps that restaurant is not any better. Maybe the food is even worse than the restaurant that was empty or is empty. But fact is, as humans, we are wired like that. And I find that men are even worse when it comes to this, because men are very competitive by nature. So if you're not dating several people at the same time, just pretend that you are. Okay, girl, just pretend that you are. So how I would do this is that if you go on a first date with a man, let's say it's Tuesday, so you'll stay in touch, you know, via WhatsApp, FaceTime or calls or whatever, and then he asks you, let's say it's Thursday night, you know, he's at his or whatever, at the office, whatever he may be, and he asks you, what are you doing? I would say something along the line of, you know, to be honest, I'm actually going on a date. Like, this is a date that I agreed to go on before I met you, and you know, I do not want to cancel on this person because he's coming from out of town. Even if it's not true, just say it, right? So that these men can know you have options. This is actually the reason why I'm filming this video, because I did watch quite a bit of videos about multi-dating here on YouTube. Don't ask me how I got on that rabbit hole. Even I don't know how that happened, but I didn't see anybody in those videos talk about how important it is for the men you're dating to also know that you're dating other men. To the contrary, most of the girls were saying, make sure they don't know you're seeing other people, make sure you're not seeing other people, because they're going to assume you are sleeping with those people. Why would they assume that if you're not sleeping with them? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, if I'm not sleeping with you, I'm not sleeping with other people I'm dating. It actually did happen to me once ages ago. This almost never happened. Like, nobody is this upfront and nobody asked me this, because, you know, I'm a very boundary woman and I don't stand for nonsense. But there was a time where a guy I was seeing, who knew I was seeing other people as well, asked me when I was being physical and intimate with those men, and I just asked him, am I being physical with you? Exactly, right? So if somebody asks you, just tell them that I'm not sleeping with you and I'm not sleeping with them, okay? And just get rid of him after that day. Drop him, because, you know, why would someone feel so entitled to such a personal information in your life when you guys are not in a committed long-term relationship? If he wants to make sure that you are not being intimate with anybody else, then he needs to seal the deal and, you know, ask you to be his girlfriend, go official with you, introduce you, you know, to his friends and family, etc., etc. Otherwise, well, you know, he doesn't have the right to decide anything on what you are doing with your body and your life and your time, and that's on period, okay? That's on Mary and the Lamb. So ladies, make sure that the men you are dating always know you have options. That is what this video is about, because like I said, men are very competitive by nature. There's this thing that I used to do, I still do it sometimes when I go on diet, is that every time that, you know, my date compliments me on something nice that I have on, whether it's earrings or perfume or my shoes, whatever, it don't matter, whatever it may be, I will always go like, thank you, and then I will act like, you know, kind of like my ex got it for me, you know, embarrassed, shy, whatever, anxious about, you know, giving that information. You know, I would act as if I'm not giving this information on purpose. It just slipped out of my mouth, when really it's something that, of course, I plan and thought of and that I am used to doing. And without fail, you guys, every time that I do this, and the next day the guys always come with something super nice and much nicer than what he complimented me on, okay? Because again, men are very competitive by nature, so they always come with nicer perfume or whatever it was that they complimented me on. So make sure that the men you are dating at all times know that you have options. And honestly, also do it for you, because again, if you don't travel, why would you know where's the best place to live? Like maybe these guys that you are entertaining right now, that's taking you on dates, maybe everything is okay with him and dandy, but maybe there's someone out there with who you are even more compatible, someone with who you'll be even happier, or someone you are even just more physically attracted to, okay? Because we are human beings too, okay? Women also care about physical attraction. Contrary to popular belief, we also want to be attracted to the person we are dating. No one wants to wake up in the morning next to Lord Denbury, okay? Like, you know, unless there are billions coming next to that, then, you know, maybe everything is discussable when there are millions involved or billions. But if not, then most women also would like to be physically attracted to the men they're dating. So do yourself a favor and diversify your portfolio, okay? Date multiple people. I say anywhere from 3 to 5, and then, you know, decide based on that. If someone does something stupid or say something stupid, drop him, and then, you know, look for his replacement or wait for his replacement to find you. And yeah, you know, try different things. It's like trying different flavor of ice cream, and you know, this will also help you really figure out what you like. It will help you figure out what you need. It will help you figure out what you can and can't tolerate, what you can and cannot or should not put up with. You will really learn a lot about yourself also by, you know, being with different people who are different backgrounds, different parents, different set of traumas, different communication style, expectations, etc, etc. It's really going to be fun. You're going to be out a lot, eating out in nice restaurants. So there are only positives to, you know, multi-dating, and not a lot of negatives. Again, if someone is acting weird in any way, shape or form for whatever reason, if you're uncomfortable for whatever reason, then drop the person out of your roster, period. But yeah, build your roster, build it brick by brick. Have no shame in your game. Again, don't be afraid for these people to know you're seeing somebody else. If they don't want that, then they should lock the deal. If they haven't locked the deal, then well, you are a free individual and you should be able to do with your time as you see fit. Do not let anybody, whether it's man or woman, make you feel or otherwise or shame you about that. Your life is about you and you can do whatever you want, and that's on Mary and the Lamb. Okay, you girls, that's all I had on this topic. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up in the comment section down below. Let me know, you know, have you had a roster before? How much is, you know, the maximum of people you could see at once? Like I say, for me it's like 5. I feel I can handle 5 people. Most of the time, you know, I do end up dropping 1 or 2 or anyways, or you know, if I do get in a serious long-term relationship, then of course drop the 4 or whatever. But yeah, do not forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and I will talk to you guys on Sunday 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Mwah.